Roman from Rise Over Run Vancouver here, and today I have the special privilege of interviewing the owner of Papa Gourmet's Pizza since 1995, Kasra. Thanks for having us in, my man.
No problem.
I'm
Thank you.
super excited for this one. So, why don't you just start with what inspired you to get into the pizza business and how it all started?
Hi everyone, my name is Kasra Roghanian. I'm the owner of Papa's Gourmet Pizza. I bought this business from the family that owned the business since 1995, about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I had planned to put people to run it for me.
Yeah.
So I started for the first 3 4 months. I was running it and I was trying to do the transition, get all the staff going, to get people run it because I also have a construction company. But then pandemic hit and I lost most of my staff. Some because of medical issue they left, some they didn't want to work in that time, so it's kind of got me to work here by myself.
Yeah, I noticed that in all your videos.
Yeah,
You're running it full time.
yeah, I was running it full time. I would come here early morning and do all the prep in the back and open at 4. Sometimes my wife would come after work or her days off to help me,
Wow.
and it was quite hard. And one thing that was really bothering me, watching these big corporations like McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
A&W, having lineups, and restaurants like me or my friends having problem to
So just
actually make enough money to stay open. And I watched a few of my friends had to close their restaurant because
yeah,
either the restaurant was big that they wouldn't able to run it by themselves, or the restaurant was not making enough money, or they were not able to actually run the restaurant by myself. So I was very fortunate to be able to actually run this restaurant during the lockdown time by myself. And there was days that I would come here uh, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and I would leave like 12 or 1
wow.
a.m. at night. But we actually win the competition that was between 1,400 restaurants,
That's amazing, man.
run by Saputo and Skip the Dishes. In across Canada, we were the best pizza in Vancouver 2021,
Wow.
and best pizza in the West 2022, and best pizza in Canada 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing, man. So you guys got best pizza in Vancouver, best pizza in the whole West Coast,
Yeah.
and then best pizza in Canada. That
Yeah.
really says something,
And
man.
we also got award from Saputo 2022 as the cheesiest pizza in Canada, and 2023 as the best pizza in the West.
That's so amazing, man. So award after award. This is a perfect example of just your relentlessness throughout the pandemic. And it's a great example that shows that if you just push through the hard times, there's brighter days on the other side. There's brighter
Yes.
days ahead. So now that you pushed through your hardest time, the pandemic, you started winning award after award after award. Best pizza in the West, best pizza in Vancouver, the best pizza in Canada, and the cheesiest pizza by Sapporo, which is that's absolutely so impressive. So, with the pandemic being one of the hardest times you faced, how were you able to get through it? A lot of places closed, and you were able to push through and start winning awards. How were you able to do so?
Well, it was actually really hard to come here every morning and without having a days off, work by myself. And sometimes my wife would come and help me on her days off. And sometimes we would get so busy that I had to close the store at 10 and stay here till 1 a.m. To clean up and prep everything. And again, I would come in the morning, start in the morning, and I wouldn't be able to open the store at 4 because there was so much work to do in the back, and I wasn't able to finish it by myself. So I would keep it closed that day, and stay here, finish all the prep, come the day after, again, a little bit in the prep in the morning, get open at 4 again, and be
Wow.
able to service the people. Yeah, just really that, and working hard, and also supporting the community. So
Yeah.
also getting support from the community. It's a really nice community in here in Mount Pleasant. I was able to kind of feel being included.
Yeah, I love that.
And I love servicing people, and I love customer service, and I love to be connected with people. So that was one thing that I really got from being here.
That's
And
absolutely
that was
beautiful.
one of the things that was getting me going, and
Yeah.
also wanted to make sure that this business stay up, and kind of couldn't see that this big corporation making money and
Mhm.
businesses like me go out of the business. So it kind of got personal.
Yeah, you're
For
gonna
a
make
while.
this happen
Yeah.
no matter what. And
That's right.
yeah, and that was Rise Over Run's biggest inspiration to start. Is like, I know when we were talking, you were mentioning that the McDonald's would be lined up, and then these small businesses just struggling to get the business they need to keep going.
Yeah.
And this is the importance of supporting local, supporting small businesses, and it's all about community.
Yes.
The community coming together, making sure no one fails. I absolutely love that, man. That leads me into my next question. What's your favorite part about running the pizzeria here in Vancouver?
As I said, really connecting with people, and be able to create high quality food with affordable price for community, and uh, really connect. I found a few good friends through the business owners around this area, and some of my customers we are really related now, and we actually know about each other's lives,
I
and
love
it's
that, man.
amazing to just be in this community, and getting support. And that was one of the things that got me passionate about creating more variety of food, and focusing on our quality, and yeah, just being able to service the people in the community.
I love that, man. It's all about community,
Yeah.
bringing the people together, serving them good food. Food's one of the most important parts of our life.
Yeah.
So serving the community food and getting to know the community, it's an absolutely amazing thing. So I really love that. And what I also loved is in the beginning you mentioned that you know how to cook over 7 cuisines.
Yeah.
So, you come to Papa Gourmet's Pizza, you can get whatever cuisine you want on the pizza.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead me into my next question. What makes your pizza stand out? What makes your pizza different from everyone else? And how were you able to win Best Pizza in Canada?
Yeah. So yeah, we almost cover all the dietary. So we have option for gluten-free people. We have option for vegan, vegetarian. We have option for people who eat halal.
I
We
love
have
that.
a few pizza that are halal. Our pasta, the meat sauce for the pasta are halal.
Wow.
And grass-fed. Also, we have keto diet option, and always option for people who eats a lot of meat as well.
Yeah. You got lots of options.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the vegetarian, vegan, keto, that's really, and halal.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
impressive.
and we make most of the meat in house. We have really crazy meat topping that I came up with the recipe. Our prime rib, we mix it from really high quality grass-fed beef.
Wow.
It cooks overnight for 20 hours in the
Wow,
oven
20 hours.
with a really low temperature, with our own blend of spice. It comes out of the oven, we pull the beef, and it gets ready for the pizza.
Oh, that's
Same as
delicious.
Pulled pork. We make a barbecue pulled pork in-house with our homemade barbecue sauce. We also have ribs dinner,
Yeah.
which also we make it in-house. The ribs get dry marinade overnight, and the day after we pour the in-house made barbecue sauce on it, and it goes to the oven. We also have a pizza. We actually pull the meat from the ribs,
Yes.
and we put it on pizza.
That sounds
another one.
delicious.
or chicken made in house from full breast, or ground beef, or Italian sausage. They're all made in house.
I love how you use all the best quality meats, best quality ingredients. You make everything in house, from your barbecue sauce to the seasoning to even your hot sauce. You said you make in house as well.
Yeah, we
But
make an in-house hot sauce,
wow.
all natural ingredients. I think that we have a steak,
Yeah.
and we buy like a really high quality, big
Yeah,
chunk of
okay.
meat. We cut it in a steak size.
Wow.
We get charred on the charcoal and real charcoal, Chicago style, medium rare.
Oh my goodness,
And
everything.
then we slice it in a slicer, and it goes in our
Right on
pizza.
the pizza. Actually, you know what? I recall seeing on your Instagram story. Make sure you follow him on Instagram, Papa Gourmet's Pizza, and on TikTok. And definitely check out their TikTok. You got some awesome content as well. I absolutely love your videos. Pizza looks amazing. I actually recall on your Instagram story seeing the fresh meat you had, and then you're slicing the fresh meat to go right on the pizza. Oh my goodness. It just looks so delicious. And I just love how you use everything fresh. Again, made in house, and the best quality meats, grass fed, halal, and then also everything's budget friendly.
Yeah.
So it's just very impressive that everything is very affordable, and you use the best quality meats, sauces, spices on everything. I absolutely love that. And also the crust. Your crust is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
it's
we
not
make-
super thin. It's not too thick. It's like perfect, and the flavor of the crust is like outstanding. Tell us about the crust.
Yeah, we make sourdough. We make every day. We make a dough for the day after. Our sourdough starter. It's been going for a long time, and I don't think if any pizzeria that I know in Vancouver does sourdough. There might be a very few of them, but
Yep.
it's just harder to make, harder to deal with.
And usually more expensive too,
More
right?
expensive. There's more labor cost, and you have to always be ahead of your game to make sure you have sourdough. Otherwise, it's going to be a regular dough.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's actually one of our challenges here too.
Is the crust?
Is the crust, and make sure it's always on a spot, something that is tasty and also can carry all those toppings.
Yeah, you got some heavy pizza, right? It's absolutely, and that's another thing I love. You don't cheap out on the pizza.
No.
As much as how affordable your pricing is, the pizza is loaded. Heavy pizza. Normally, I can eat like a whole large pizza to myself, right? With your pizza, because it's so loaded, so flavorful, and you know, you eat a couple of pieces and you're full, right?
Yeah.
So which is awesome, and you really get.
Honestly, our large pizza would feed 3 people.
Definitely.
With $30, you can easily get 3 people.
100%. And I love just like the create your own on your website and things like this, because you have so many options to choose from that it's like endless of the amount of creation you can make on your website. It's just absolutely outstanding.
But from now on, every month we're going to switch to a new pizza. So you have one option that is every month changing as a pizza of the month.
But yeah, I absolutely love that, because sometimes, you know, like for myself, I love just pepperoni pizza. And then looking at all the other options, sometimes it's so hard to choose. And then I go back to the pepperoni. So the fact that you have a pizza of the month is is really cool. And because for myself as a customer, I would love to try, you know, pizza once a month, and then try a new pizza every month is really cool. So I love that idea.
Yeah, since you mentioned pepperoni pizza, our pepperoni pizza is more like a pepperoni explosion.
Yes,
with 2 full layers of pepperoni, and we use a bigger pepperoni.
Yes, it's delicious.
Make it to the perfection with a little of the char.
You get that little crisp. I love that actually. Yep.
So our pepperoni pizza is actually our most seller.
Is it? Yeah, it's delicious. It looks delicious.
You don't get that pepperoni anywhere else.
No, you don't. And actually, no, it's the first time I've ever had that pepperoni, and it absolutely blew my mind. And I love pepperoni pizza. The first pizza I tried when I came in was the pepperoni, and then which was delicious. But the second one, you got to actually tell me about the second one again. Because mortadella, yes. So talk about that. That was so good. And
the meat, that one, because we get our deli, like such as pepperoni, ham, capicolo, and mortadella from a supplier that is in Coquitlam.
oh wow, so everything's local.
Yeah, the whole company, they make all of the deli here in the Kukuldam, and that special pizza is mortadella. They make it especially for us.
Wow,
It's
really?
halal meat.
And it's
all
halal.
beef, yeah, and it's mortadella. I know some Italians say, "Oh, mortadella should be 50% pork, 50% beef," but try this all beef
This
mortadella.
mortadella is the
It's
best
another
meat.
level.
It's so good.
And I don't know if anyone does it on pizza.
Yeah, because it's an expensive meat. It's
expensive, and also mortadella. It's originally it's a breakfast deli.
Yeah, okay,
So,
okay. I didn't know
it's
that.
kind of like a cold cut.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get with your breakfast, but you know, I love mortadella.
Yeah, it was delicious,
I
man.
always like. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a pizza and mortadella.
So I know
it's really popular here.
Yeah, it's delicious, delicious. So
really
you guys have to try the mortadella pizza, and you got everything from chicken zavaki, Greek, Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love how you have all the cuisines on the pizza, and you're here making them as well with your employees. So
Yes.
it's awesome. The owner's in store, and the passion goes into the pizza. And I met one of your employees. He's also very passionate about the pizza.
Yeah, I have amazing staff. I love to work with both of them. They are both very, very amazing human beings, and it's my privilege to work with them.
That's amazing, man. It's my privilege to be able to interview as well. You're an amazing human being. You're very passionate about what you do. I know we're talking about the charity that you're running.
Yeah.
So why don't you share with us like the experience you had before the pizzeria, your experience with cooking, and what kind of led you into the passion of having a restaurant?
Yeah, well, my uncles always, they had restaurant back in Iran. And even my dad had a restaurant, but he wasn't running it. My uncles were running it for a while, and then so I always was around the food. And then after my dad passed away, I was 18, and my dad had this tradition to feed people on Ramadan, 3 days in Ramadan. So I kind of carry on the tradition. For the first few years, there was other people with other restaurant was cooking for us. And then I met one of my friend, and he said, "Yeah, I do the same." So we thought, you know what? Let's kind of chip in and start doing it ourselves. So we started with 200, feeding 200 people a meal. And we got bigger and bigger, and more friends wanted to chip in.
I love this, man.
And in the, I think the last year we fed over 2,000 people.
Wow! So in the Ramadan, in those 3 days, you fed over 2,000 people.
Over 2,000 people.
And then
we cook everything ourselves, me and a bunch of other friends.
This is inspiring, man.
Yeah, it was amazing. So that was my experience, and then I moved here. We had a little cafe with my brother. I opened it. I had lots of experiences to renovate and open restaurant. Back in Iran and here. So we opened that cafe, and for a couple of months I was there helping him, and then my brother ran it, and then I was back in construction until it happened about 5 years ago that I was able to
get the pizzeria,
buy this business from the family that were running it since 1995. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So really, the whole passion and the experience with cooking came from what you and your father were doing, or your father's passion of feeding people on Ramadan.
Yeah.
That is very inspiring, man. And I would honestly love to jump into something like this as well, even with partner up.
I would love to do that with you if you decide to do something like that,
Definitely.
I can definitely do the cooking part.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And, with Rise Over Run, we definitely want to get more into the community, more with helping the community. So that's something we could definitely do together. I would love to talk about that more and see what we can come up
Yeah.
with. That is awesome. I just love how you're doing that. And it's impressive. You went from feeding 250 people in the 3 days, that's impressive enough,
Yeah.
to feeding over 2,000
Yeah.
people. That is awesome, man. You're definitely doing God's work. So you guys have to come try Papa Gourmet's pizza. It's absolutely delicious. We're gonna get into some cooking here very
Yeah.
soon, and
The fun part.
yeah, we're gonna get into the fun part here any minute. So absolutely love your story, man. And I know you're running two businesses, construction and the pizzeria, and that's also very impressive. So you said your father was in the construction
Yeah.
industry, your uncles were in the restaurant
Yeah.
industry, and you took on both. So
Yeah.
this is very inspiring, and it just shows the work ethic that goes behind these businesses and what it takes to run a business. And I know you're sharing throughout the pandemic that when one business was struggling, all the profit from the one business went into the
Yeah.
business that needed it. So you really make sacrifices getting to where you are today. And now you love the pizzeria you're running. You're part of the community. You're working with the community.
That's correct.
And it's just absolutely awesome, man. So that being said, what is your advice for other young entrepreneurs out there that have a dream, they haven't got started yet, and they have some kind of maybe fear holding them back? What's your advice for those young entrepreneurs?
Just do what you love and don't let your thought or comments of other people put you down. Just keep going. Do one thing over and over and over until you get the result you want. Yeah, that's would be something that I think get any young man
Yeah,
successful in what they love to do.
I love that, man. So the do what you love. We hear that a lot, but what I loved about what you said is do it over and over and over and over again, and eventually you become a master.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about a special talent. It's about the consistency and the persistence
Yeah.
that get you to become professional at what you love, so
Yes.
you can do it for a living.
Totally.
That's awesome, man. And there's always a fear that's holding someone back from going after their dream. Before you bought out the pizzeria, what was a fear that you had when buying the pizzeria, and how were you able to overcome it?
The fact that I buy this business and I stuck in it and I can't come out, which happened.
Yeah.
Before pandemic happened, I think it was about 6 months before that I bought this business.
Wow.
I was able to actually run it without me being here that much. I think I almost had like 3 to 3.5 days off, and other people was working, and then
Everything was gravy, and then
as I think within a month that I was able to get it to that point, pandemic hit.
oh man, that's tough.
And of course, once you fear something,
Yeah.
it happens.
And then it happens. That happens.
Yeah, but
So
honestly, the biggest thing matter is you keep doing what you're doing, even if it's scary.
yes,
even
I
if
love
it's-
that. Even if it's scary, just jump. Yeah.
just keep doing it.
That's awesome, man. And it's just crazy to the point that you're at where you're comfortable is like you got to sit back, only coming in 3 days a week or having 3 days off, whatever it was, and everything's just kind of smooth sailing. And then the pandemic hits. That usually happens anytime you start a business, right? Like maybe with your construction business as well. You get excited about a business. One thing is starting it, and then you're going to get tested how
Yeah.
badly you really want it.
Well, I was also fortunate to have my wife working and make a decent income, because for about 2 years I wasn't able to make any money here.
Wow, man, this is really nice to
And
hear
just
because
come here, work that many hours, and wash my hand without making any money.
without
go
making,
home,
yeah,
And with I always thank that I'm with her, and I'm
God
really
bless you
grateful,
guys, man.
on that she was able to support me and support this business. Otherwise, I don't think if I
Would
would
have done it.
honestly
Yeah, that's
make it through
amazing,
the
man.
pandemic.
I thank you also for your vulnerability,
Thank you.
and just sharing that and your appreciation for your wife, right?
Definitely.
Behind every successful man, there's a successful queen,
Yes.
right? And it's just like
100%.
Conor McGregor's story, right?
Yeah.
When he was training to get into the UFC, he wasn't making much money. His wife was there to support him, and without his wife, he may have not made it either. So
Yeah.
it's awesome to hear that you have a supportive wife, and it's also important to, building your dream, that you have someone there to support you. And I have to say the same thing, right? The last couple of years since the pandemic hasn't been easy for myself, and I've had the best partner that I could ever ask for to be there as well.
No, totally. Because when I was here and focusing on my business, definitely I felt that it's impacting my personal life,
Yeah,
my relationship with my wife, and also even if it had an effect on my body, But
definitely.
now I was able to pass all of those and focusing on my life and myself, and also focusing on this business.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And it's just, again, with your relationship, as you're going through a hard time with business, you're doing everything you could to keep it going. Your wife was there to support you, but at the same time, it also makes things difficult in the relationship. And it's just like the business. If you push through the hard times, there's brighter days ahead. And it's inspiring to see you in the better place now, continuing to move forward. And a lot of people need to see that, because some people are still going through that adversity and going through those hard times, to where hearing the wisdom from yourself, being on the other side, made it through, and again winning the awards. I gotta say it again: Vancouver's best pizza on the West Coast, and the best pizza in Canada. Man, oh man, you have to get in here. Papa Gourmet's Pizza here on Main Street. Just absolutely an amazing man running the business.
Thank you.
And just puts all of his passion and everything he can into the pizza. I just have to mention it again. I love how everything is so affordable. You have the best quality meats, grass-fed, halal. Everything's made in the house, from the barbecue sauce to the hot sauce. It's just impressive, man. And you guys go check out their menu. They've got everything on the menu. Can cook over 7 cuisines. So impressive. And all those cuisines on the pizza. And now, specialty pizza of the month. So we're going to have to get into the kitchen. We're going to have to start cooking up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's been an absolutely
so
pleasure,
much,
man. Thank you. And let's get in the kitchen.
Fresh from the garden. Can't get any more fresh than that.
Papa Gourmet's Pizza. We're about to try the baby back ribs and a couple of their finest slices. Here we got the baby back ribs, some garlic toast. I can't wait to dig into this. This smells absolutely delicious. So let's dive in. All right, let's try a bite. Cooked, marinated. Hey, how long is this marinated for?
Marinated for about 6 hours and it cooks about 3.5 hours.
Cooks about 3.5 hours, marinated for 6. It smells absolutely delicious. We got some of the pepperoni, we got the Greek vegetarian. Looks amazing, smells amazing. All right, let's try this. Very soft. The meat comes right off the bone. Wow. Wow. Look at that. They also have a pizza with the baby back rib on it too as well. Oh my God. The barbecue sauce is absolutely amazing. It's actually made in-house as well. They make everything here in-house. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. So delicious. Haven't had anything like it. This is absolutely amazing. Better than any steakhouse I've even had ribs at, any restaurant. These are absolutely to die for. And the meat just falls right off the bone. Alright guys, I had to do a voiceover here. There was traffic honking at each other. It really disrupted the audio, but the pepperoni, it was absolutely amazing. It was like a pepperoni explosion, and they are larger pepperonis, which I loved. And for the vegetarian pizza, it had zucchini on it. I've never had a pizza with zucchini on it before, but it turned out absolutely delicious with the fresh goat cheese on top. I absolutely loved it. For a vegetarian pizza, a 10 out of 10 for sure.
I want to give you the best chicken tender you ever have in your life.
I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. Papa Gourmets.
It's usually come in 4 pieces, but because he ate so much,
there's no way I can finish that.
and you know, honestly, this chicken tender, it's really good. Batter, that's the only way. Fresh batter.
Look at that. That is beautiful. I'll do a zoom in.
Ooh. Beer battered chicken tender.
No sauce.
Hot.
Very hot. So delicious. And the beer batter breading, the beer batter, oh my goodness. And the beer, oh my God, that's so good, man. The chicken's cooked perfect, the batter is perfect, and the flavor is unbelievable. And for a pizzeria, like pizza places, the chicken strips or chicken tenders are usually not so good. These are absolutely amazing. Better than any fast food restaurant. Honestly, I used to work at a pub too. These beat it. These are delicious.